Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Salutation, peace, and blessings to the whole elect of the children of Israel, people of Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. Okay, homelessness in the U.S. is up 48% since 2015. Now, how do you think homelessness come about? Homelessness come about from people lacking the ability to sustain themselves, to provide for themselves and their families, meaning the jobs are being lost, all right? And Americans are being laid off in droves. Okay, hold up. Before I start reading this, I got to read the scripture first. Come on. Okay, let's begin with these scriptures first. All right. Okay, Ecclesiastes 12:33. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows will be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and the desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. And that's about to kick into high gear. You think homelessness, you think the rioting, you think all that's going to escalate. Because really what these devils don't want to do is end up just ultimately just pushing the people into a corner. People are going to lose it. No jobs, death is all rising, crimes are rising. And that's what comes, another thing that comes with homelessness and the loss of jobs. Again, the lack of the ability to provide for yourselves. People resort to criminal behavior, stealing, robbing, murdering to get what they want to survive. And this is going to get to the point where it's going to be all hell breaking loose out here, what we often refer to as shit hits the fan. All right. So it's about to get bad out here, real bad. Okay, so let's go into this here. All of these layoffs. This has been orchestrated. This has been planned. This is part of the elite's plan the whole time. To destroy the wicked people in this country, not by them doing a godly deed, but it's really just Yahweh punishing these devils here in America, man. By using these devils to shut this place down. This place wasn't nothing but an experiment in the first place. This corporation that's called America, the American corporation. It says here, how can anyone out there possibly believe that the U.S. economy is doing well? They believe what the media says. They're stupid, or just high and on drugs, and drunk on that Babylonian juice. That them great Americans, them patriotic Americans. There's nothing you can actually tell them that this place will, in their minds, this place is going to turn around and it's always going to be great. There's some people you just can't talk to. There's some people, which are most people, clearly will never have any understanding what's going on here. You know, the worst is about to happen to this place, and I often refer to it as this place is being judged. It's judgment that's coming, and then ultimately the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to burn this place up. This wicked rebellion place, which they call America, the U.S. of A. The land of milk and honey. Bullshit. As you will see below, the numbers of homeless Americans has risen to the highest level ever recorded. Now, this is speaking volumes, and large companies all over the country are laying off workers in droves. Or as I have discussed previously, the number of Americans that were laid off in 2023 jumped 98% compared to the year before. And now during the first months of 2024, it feels like we are being hit by a tsunami of layoffs. It literally seems like someone has turned a fire hose on. But the Biden administration continues to insist that unemployment is low and that the overall outlook for the U.S. economy is positive. You know, and prayer also that, you know, you remain in this truth, man. You rely only on this truth that and continue to call on the name that he protects you in these times. Because again, like I said, all manners of crimes is going to multiply drastically, man. And especially these red devils out here, they go to the extreme. You think of these crackheads, these brothers and sisters that on these Israelites that on crack or something, they're nothing on the level of these redneck devils, man, that are on this crystal meth, that's sniffing everything and smoking everything that they can possibly find. They literally get crazy, man. There's nothing like these devils that are on drugs, man. And they go to extreme measures of desperation to get high, you know, to the point they just straight up don't care. And I'm watching it. I'm seeing it every day. I'm reading it every day. And it's just, you know, again, you know, they flooded the so-called black community, the Israelite community, I call them, but the so-called black community with drugs, the crack, the heroin. Now it's been done unto them. You know, your turn. Back at you. Honestly, I don't understand how the Biden administration can say that the outlook for the U.S. economy is positive when the number of Americans who are homeless has been increasing at a faster pace ever recorded, according to the brand new report that was just released for Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies. The number of homeless Americans has increased 48% since 2015. Those are staggering numbers. 48%, according to January 25th, 2024, this is this year from the Harvard Joint Center for Housing Studies, roughly 653,000 people reported experiencing homelessness in January of 2023, up roughly 12% from the same time a year prior, and 48% from 2015. That marks the largest single year increase in the country's unhoused population on record, Harvard researchers said. And another thing, prepare your minds for this. Prepare your minds for this. Let me see if I can find it. I never actually used the scripture. I've talked about it. I mentioned it, but I never actually used it. These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them far off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And I'm quote on, and be dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. Here, let me do this. Just lock it. See what's in the apocrypha. Let me do Pilgrim first. Nothing. Let me do Pilgrims. Like, here we go. 2 Ezra 16 and 40. I knew it was somewhere in there. O my people, the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, and more specifically the elect, hear my word. Because, 2/3, they're not listening. They're not hearkening. So I'm just going to refer to the elect. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Get that in your mind that eventually you might have to bug out and get on the run, because this devil, he's going to make his move. And at the same time, not just speaking about the elite devils, these devils that are going to be out here doing anything and everything they can to survive, man. So make a bug out bag, just a few survival items that you can put in the backpack and get on the move. Because this time is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It might be to the point that you might have to take a life, or take a life of some ungodly demon. And Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, is with you for defending your life, defending your family, especially against these ungodly demons out here. So prepare for the worst, But Lord willing, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will look over you and keep you safe, keep yours and yours safe in these evil times. But man, it says here, even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. He's about to tear this place apart. He's literally about to tear this place apart. And he's going to punish them in ways that they never could have imagined. And this is just to begin. These layoffs, which has been going on for years now, it's to the point now. It's becoming a major problem on the ungodly, on this place. It's just judgment. That's all it is. 653,000 people reported experience. Reported experience of homelessness in January 2023, up roughly 12%. I read that. Okay. The largest single year increase in the country's unhoused population on record, Harvard researchers said. Homelessness, Harvard, and it's supposed to be some prestige university. Well, why don't you these universities collectively come together and fix all the problems? They can't. They don't have the knowledge to understand what's going on, nor the wisdom to fix it. Homelessness, long a problem in states such as California and Washington, it's everywhere, has also increased in historically more affordable parts of the U.S., Arizona, Ohio, and I'm seeing it, man. And it's I'm not feeling sorry for them, especially those that are just out there, just that created their own problem, being dope heads. But again, this is just judgment, on this place for its wickedness. Tennessee and Texas has seen the largest growth in their unsheltered populations due to rising local housing costs. People have been priced up out of their homes now, just like the automobile industry itself. People have been priced out of cars. Now they're resorting to have to buy used vehicles that they have to take a chance on, if they can even afford that. The automobile market, which is not selling cars, which is laying off, and I might have an actual record of that. Certain automobile manufacturers, Honda, Ford, Chevy, all across the board, they're laying off. We can see evidence of this all around us. Tent cities are popping up like mushrooms in our major cities, and countless Americans are living in their vehicles and RVs. Actually, it sounds fun, man. Didn't having all this damn responsibility to paying all these bills and and just pay the mass majority of your income goes to bills. You know, bills. That's just part of the curses itself. Was Baruch, we're subject to payments. Just having a spiritual conversation here. It's Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Now, we're not out of it yet. We're not out the fire yet. Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Having to pay most of your bills, that's a curse, man. It's definitely not a blessing. It's a curse. To barely have enough money to make it to the next paycheck. You have to, pretty much, stretch it out. I understand why some people spend a lot of their income on alcohol. It's just their way of coping. Shouldn't begin using drugs in the first place, but I can understand alcohol. It does give you a temporary comfort. It does eases your mind for a moment. It's best to have that little moment than not to have it at all, I guess. Yahushua did say, drink a little wine mixed with water. For a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our power. So we're not out the fire yet, but soon we will be. Soon we will be. So, living in their vehicles and RVs. So like I said, it sounds like a good time. But at the same time, when one problems seem to lessen, it seems like another problem would arise. Like being in that situation, living in your car and your RVs, you out there in the world, and you're subject to becoming a victim, and a lot easier than being in your home behind closed doors, a locked house or whatever. But again, one of the primary reasons why homelessness has been surging so dramatically is because rental costs have soared to unprecedented heights. Rent in the U.S. has steadily climbed since 2001, and analyzing census and real estate data. The Harvard researchers found that half of all U.S. households across income levels spent between 30% and 50% of their monthly pay on housing in 2022, defining them as cost burdens. Some 12 million tenants were severely cost burdened that year, meaning they spent more than half their monthly pay on rent. That's crazy. And utilities up 14% from pre-pandemic levels. And you go back to early America, like the early 1900s, man. If the man would go work and he would come home and he would have enough income, and black families as well would have enough income to buy a car. Well, the white families had enough income to buy a car for him and the missus, and a house, and more than enough to provide for the children, but now, not now, Jake's is foolish enough to buy 2 cars and can't afford them. On top of that, you got to pay insurance. You can't go without insurance, especially if you own a car and it's paid off. And you're just shit out of luck, man. And I know it's just part of the curse, man. So if you're blessed enough to be able to afford insurance, Just another way of protecting yourself. Just like having the money. Let's see if I can scan down a little bit. For those of you that are blessed enough to have insurance. Sadly, more Americans will soon be hitting the streets because we are witnessing an insane wave of layoffs all over the nation. I'm going to make this short here. I'm going to read some of these layoffs that I have. Like, for example, UPS is laying off 12,000. Okay, American Airlines, 600 plus. Pfizer's, they're starting to ramp up their layoffs. And CVS is notifying workers of a massive layoffs that are coming. Microsoft, eBay, iRobot, hundreds of layoffs. Biopharma, 25,000 jobs so far. And their excuse is because they're reducing costs and streaming operation and also bringing into account they're using artificial intelligence. Esau a trip, man. Esau is a straight up trip. And he would lie to you in your face while all hell is going on around you. Lie to your face. Everything's good, I can't remember which president. Maybe it was Trump that made the comment that, he said things. Maybe it was Biden. I don't know. One of the devils said that it's going to get to the point it's going to hurt, before it get better. It's never, ever going to get better. What's it say? Journalists across the country burst into flames of panic this week as bad news for the news business crest and erupted everywhere all at once. Babylon is done. I hate this place. I hate this place, and I hate the people of this place. And I'm using the correct language. Hate. I hate this place. I hate these people, man. I hate them. And hate's all in the Bible. Love righteousness and hate the evil. Hate. Feel intense or passionate dislike for. Intense or passionate dislike. I hate them. I hate this place. I hate this world. And to the point I punish myself to the extent that I'm home. I'm an in-body, house body but I've kicked it into gear recently, getting out there, exercising, doing my cardio and, hiking them miles, man. But I just gotta put the people aside and do what I have to do. But other than that, I used to love going to the grocery store. Now it's just like, I hate being around these sicklings. That's an individual that's in the right state of mind, man. These people are nothing but, they're evil, man. They're evil. I'm going to get out of here with this last scripture here, Isaiah 19. In 15, there is nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless. The head and the tail, the noble palm branch, and the lowly reed. In that day, the Egyptians will be as weak as women. They will cover in fear beneath the upraised fist of the Lord of heaven's armies. Let me go to the King James Version now. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And we've been out there shaking the hand at these devils, telling them why. This is the end of this place. You know, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hashem Rakakadash. This is it. So stay prayed up. Continue on this faith. You don't want to be found left naked without your garment. Shalom.